You're listening to Parasearch Radio, news, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. Parasearch UK Radio. Parasearch Radio, broadcasting to the UK and beyond.
The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch Radio or its affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, this is Richard Estep, ghostwriter, and from TV's Haunted Hospitals, Paranormal Investigators, Haunted Case Files, and Paranormal 911, and you are listening to PSH Radio on Parasearch Radio.
Hi guys, so we are back, and we have a very good friend of ours on this week, who we shall be introducing in a bit. Obviously we have Carl, but he's a bit feeling under the weather a bit, aren't you, Carl? So
just a little bit bunged up, a little bit chesty, but I'm here. I'm here in spirit, not in body. But I'm there. I'm getting there.
And yeah, we might as well introduce our lovely MJ.
Hello.
How are you? See, we just.
I'm good. I'm running around like a crazy person, but I'm really good.
God, it's been a while since we've had you on, hasn't it?
Yep, it's been a crazy few months, shall I say. So yeah, it's good to catch up with you guys. Great to be on the show.
It's always a pleasure to have you on, MJ. You know that.
Yay.
So, first off, what have you been up to?
Oh dear. Wow, Sam, where do I start? I have been filming a TV show for Sky TV, which all the details will be released pretty soon. So I've been really, really busy with that. I have been sorting out events and booking conventions and things for the rest of the year between the UK and the States. I've been working on the Sage Paracon, working on the Sage Paracruise. I've been non-stop. I've been writing. Got loads going on.
That's you there, and you're a workaholic and you love what you do, so.
This is very true. Sometimes I wish I wasn't.
So, MJ, is there anything? Obviously, you've got this. You've been filming the TV show for Pick TV on Sky. Is there any little what you can tell us about it, or not? Obviously, not about the details, but give us an idea of what type of show it is.
Well, clearly, it's a paranormal show. It's not based around anything spiritual, to be honest. It's more based around scientific stuff. So I really like the approach of it. You know, when it came to filming the investigations, I was very concerned as to how that was going to go down, because the last thing you want is you hear these horror stories of production companies going, do you want to just say that again, or act surprised, or, you know, faking evidence or that sort of thing. So that was one of my biggest concerns. And I was pleasantly surprised. You know, they didn't have any of that going on. And when it came down to filming the investigations, it was very much we're a fly on the wall approach. So the very, very small camera crew literally stepped back and let you get on with your investigation. Whatever happens, happens. If nothing happens, that's fine. Do you know what? Sometimes nothing happens. So I'm really surprised with that approach. It's great. I think it's going to be a really good show. There's a lot of interesting locations, interesting characters on the show, anything from interviews to where we're investigating. So I'm really looking forward to it. It should come out around about, we're hoping for the 3rd of May.
Cool. So once I presume that's going to be all over social media and all that lot anyway. So
Absolutely. In the next few weeks, we start doing the big push of all the marketing and social media and all of that. So the cat will be let out the bag, so to speak, very soon.
Cool.
Mm. Were you nervous being in front of a camera, or?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. If anyone knows me, they know that I can talk the hind legs off a donkey. I don't shut up. I'm always all over the show. And when it comes to doing the investigating and being in front of the camera, I have foot and mouth disease. I swear like a trooper, and, you can't do that sort of thing. So it was really funny. It was really hard for me to, really channel my professional side and not let all the swear words out, especially when something awesome happens during the investigation. We all know that I have a very certain reaction that involves quite a few swear words when something exciting happens. So it was really hard doing the professional side in front of the camera and trying not to look like an idiot.
I'm sure you didn't. I'm pretty sure that you haven't come across looking like an idiot.
Well, let's hope so.
No, I've got faith in you. I know what you're like in front of the camera. So,
thank you.
He's probably one of them where you were like swear under your breath on it and make sure that it doesn't come out.
Oh my gosh, there were a few times where I got really excited and something came out of my mouth and I was just a bit like, oh, I hope that doesn't make the episode.
I'm sure if it does, they'll edit it out or something.
I think that's what the bleep is for, isn't it? The bleep machine.
Oh yeah, they're going to need it.
So you've been doing that. You've got the Paranormal Cruise coming up soon.
I do. I have the Sage Para Cruise coming up in May, and this is the second year that I'm doing it, and it is shaping up to be amazing. We've got some really awesome tours and things, and a couple of tours that we didn't get to do last year because I didn't know about them. Right. So we've added them in for this year. There's things such as, while we're in Venice, we're going to several different islands, not just Poveglia Island, but we're actually going to this island where the very first plague hospital was built and the very first asylum. And there's another island we're going to that is a full Victorian cemetery. So there's a lot of other cool stuff going on that unfortunately I didn't get to do last year, but I'm really excited to do it this year. It has just taken a lot more organizing, and it also happens to be one of the busiest weekends in Venice. There's a major film and arts festival going on over the time period that we're there. So it's been really difficult to book private tour guides and that sort of thing for this trip. But it's all in place. It's all there. And I'm at the point where I'm just sending everybody all their information. But I'm really excited. I mean, we do 3 Greek islands. We do Croatia, Albania, Bari, Italy, 3 days in Venice exploring. And it is a really fun trip. And to be honest, I'm really looking forward to a break.
Yeah. And then obviously people would have spied on social media. In 2020, your cruise decides to go from Europe to America.
Well, yeah, in 2020, I decided instead of doing another cruise, because not all people like being on a boat, so I decided to do a Sage Paracon land adventure. And that is 10 nights in good old NOLA, New Orleans. And it's a voodoo and paranormal tour. We have pretty much sold out. It's a very small group that's going. Carl, I know you're joining us. And there's a few people in the chat room, I think, Elizabeth and Corinne, Alex. There's a few of those guys that are going to be joining us in New Orleans. But that's going to be an amazing tour. I mean, we've got all things to do with voodoo, from private voodoo ceremonies and things that we're doing, to swamp tours, to paranormal investigations, all sorts of things going on. So I am so excited. Plus, the accommodation that we get to stay in is absolutely breathtaking. It's incredible.
Certainly is. I've seen the photos. I've been lucky enough to see the photos, and I think the outside area sold it to me straight off the bat.
Oh yeah, hot tubs, swimming pool, outside barbecue area, private house, and it is one of the most historic mansions just outside of the French Quarter. So that's all kicking off with you guys are going to be getting all of your tour information and everything within the next few weeks. So I've been really manically busy putting that together. Sage Paracon stuff as well. I mean, that's still steadily going. All of the stalls are all sold out now. I'm going to start announcing all of those. I still have a few speakers to announce. I've just been so busy trying to get one or two things done now. I've literally had to start, because of my diary being so full, focusing on the very next event that's coming up, rather than trying to pre-plan too much in advance. I don't have the time to do that anymore. It's all a bit last minute at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to probably make you laugh. So obviously with you doing the voodoo thing and that, is there going to be any sacrifices? Because we don't, because you know what we're like with sacrifices at the minute. Of course,
I'm just going to have to probably choose someone else. Usually you're sacrifice tonight. I'm more than likely going to throw Corinne in there as the sacrifice.
Yeah, are you scared?
You get a free pass.
So going back to obviously because the amount of work that you put in to everything that you do is truly and utterly amazing. And
thank you.
From obviously doing the filming side, you've also got convention side. I'm not talking about Sage Paracon just yet, because we're going to come on to Sage Paracon in a second. But you're actually going to be talking at several conventions, both here in the UK and in America.
Yeah, I'm really, really fortunate to have been asked to be a speaker at a couple of events. And next week, I head over to Salem, Massachusetts. And again, you're joining me on that trip. I'm really excited to have a birthday celebration. We definitely have to go out for dinner for your birthday. But, I was really honored to be asked to but be on the paranormal panel at Salem Con, which is something new that they're doing. And, there's a couple of other people on the panel with me. They've got amazing speakers, as always. I mean, John Zaffis, Grant Wilson, Ken Bugle, Rosalind Lewis, who else? Steve Gonsalves,
Frank Sinelli,
Scott Grunwald. Yeah, they have fantastic speakers at Salem Con. And it's always a great trip over the pond, because I get to hang out with about 150 amazing paranormal people over that side, and I never get to see it. I call them my US paranormal family. I never ever get to see them that often. I maybe see them once a year. So when I go over, I try and spend about a week over there and just hang out with everybody and see what they've all been up to. So it's always a great trip. I believe there are still some tickets left for Salem Con for the lectures day. They always have amazing vendors, and Mark and Lauren and their team that put it together do such an incredible job. It's a fantastic event. So I'm looking forward to that. Another event that I am super excited about, in September, the 27th to the 29th of September, I will be in Virginia, and it's my first time there, so it's really cool. I'm going to be speaking alongside Jay Marie, the medium, and Amy Bruni and Adam Berry from Kindred Spirits, as well as a very good friend of mine, Mr. Brian J. Cano from Haunted Collector. And so, that's also going to be a really nice event. It's at the really haunted Belgrove Plantation, which was recently on an episode of Kindred Spirits. I think the episode is called Dying Regret. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, Belgrove Plantation has been on my bucket list for about 4 years. I've heard such amazing things about it. The place looks absolutely stunning. Michelle, who runs the place, is just the loveliest person. And I'm so honored that she asked me to be a speaker at the event. So I can't wait. There's definitely tickets for that. Definitely tickets available. So you will have to head over to the Sage Paranormal page after this. I'll post all the links and everything where you guys can get tickets.
Yeah,
So
we'll also post it in the chat room pages as well.
Thank you.
Michelle's in there anyway, so I'm sure she can post it. We'll allow her to post the website in there if you want to, Michelle.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about that event. And, you know, while I'm over in Virginia, I'm going to be spending about an extra 4 or 5 days over there because I do have some very good friends who live in Fredericksburg and Roanoke and a few other places around there. So it's going to be really, really awesome to see everybody. And I'm definitely trying to hook up a couple extra investigations while I'm out there. There's a few places that are on my bucket list that are literally a stone throw away from Belgrove, so definitely has to be done.
Mm-hmm. Just quickly going back to Salem, one thing I forgot to ask you, obviously being there, are we investigating when we're out there?
I believe we have a VIP evening with Grant Wilson and Mr. John Zaffis.
Okay. Because somebody mentioned something I noticed about the Witch's House or the Witch's Museum.
I don't know if we'll be investigating the Witches Museum, but if we are, that would be awesome.
Okay. No, I have
investigated the last few years at Salem Con. We did investigations, and we investigated in the Hawthorne Hotel as well as an old church, which was really interesting. I got some amazing EVPs in that church. And then there's a couple of other sort of witchy spiritual shops that are some of the oldest buildings that are down one of the main roads. So that's usually how they do it. But I'm not so sure this year. I think it's just a special evening with Grant and John. And I'm so excited.
I was just working out whether I need to pack any equipment.
Do you know, it might be worthwhile just taking 1 or 2 bits and bobs with. I generally take a spirit box and a couple digital recorders, some headphones, purely because I can fit it in my handbag and not have to lug equipment with me while I'm traveling.
Okay. I'll have a think about that over the next few days. What small stuff.
You're all over the place, aren't you, MJ?
I am. I have way more in between. I know I'm waiting to get some dates secured to do a live investigation with the guys from Haunted Magazine for the Haunted Live. I know I'm doing several lectures and things this year. Oh, that's another event. Oh my gosh, right on our doorstep in Wales. On the 9th of June, I am a speaker at the, I've gone blank, Newport UFO and Paranormal Conference. So that's in Wales. That's just up the road from us. And I'm really excited about that too, because I'm actually reading a book by Stephen Parsons at the moment, and I believe he's one of the speakers with me. So really, really excited to chat to everybody that's going to be there. And
I booked my ticket yesterday. No,
brilliant. That's
Tuesday.
Great.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay. You know, and again, guys, this is a local UK event. We really don't have many paranormal conferences or conventions here in the UK. I mean, yes, there's Sage Paracon, but there's not really anything else. So, you know, I urge you guys to go out there and support these events. There's another 1 or 2 little ones that are popping up, and it's their first year as well, or maybe their second. So definitely support these guys. There's so many amazing people going to these events, and it's a great place to network and get your name out there, get your team name out there. But it is difficult as an event organizer to kind of keep the momentum going and get this para unity going. So it's up to you guys to buy tickets and support these events. And I'm a speaker, so you have no choice. Come and join me.
If you don't, she won't be happy.
Should put a hand on you.
Before I forget, the lovely Claire Hinks and Helen Strong from Greenhouse Cafe down in, now let me see if I pronounce this correctly. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name now. Bear with me. Lawston. Lawston, down in Cornwall. It's about probably 20 minutes from Budman Jail. Anyone that's wondering where Lawston is, they are hosting a feel-good festival, and this is on the 27th of April. Now, this is more of a sort of stalls. There's some workshops, spiritual feel-good event, and I'm going to be down there. I'm going to have a stall with all of my Witchworks products and Sage products, and I know that it's a free event. So anyone that wants to do a road trip down to Cornwall at the end of April, 27th of April, it's a free event. I will also post those links on the Sage Paranormal page, but come and check it out. It's going to have some awesome things going on. And Claire is an amazing medium. So no doubt while you're down there, I urge you to get a reading. Definitely come and join us.
You're just everywhere, aren't you? Though?
I know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post my schedule up on the Sage Paranormal page with a list of all of the events and everything going on. And I really hope that you guys can come and join me. I try and keep on top of it. But do you know what? It's been crazy. It's been good, but really busy.
Also, at least probably you've got a bucket list of countries and that you want to go to, so that's an easy way to take them off, isn't it? What you're doing.
Oh yes, definitely.
And as long as you know where you're going and not turn up at the wrong place.
Well, that has almost happened, I'm not gonna lie. I have to keep a really close eye on my diary at the moment because I am literally all over the show. And also, yesterday, for instance, what time was I up in the morning? I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to do the newspaper review on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. And that seems to be becoming, excuse me, I'm tongue-tied, a regular thing. They keep asking me to come into the studio and do the newspaper review. I don't know why. Who knows? But it's fun. So I'll be posting more on that again soon.
Yeah, but everything doesn't have to be paranormal, though, does it? So I'm sure you've got other interests than the paranormals there.
Not really. Pretty much my life.
So a question from Michelle. Being a psychic, do you find it harder to do asylums or prisons?
Yes. I've had, when it comes to asylums and prisons, I've had two experiences that are probably two of my most frightening, terrifying experiences in the paranormal over the last sort of 12 years. And one was to do with an asylum and the other a prison. So the asylum story, I got called in to do a private case where this family were experiencing some really strange things in their house. And they kept seeing this woman in sort of a hospital gown, long dark hair. She looked really ill. And they had 3 teenagers living in the house. And things just started getting a bit uncomfortable for them. So they asked me to come and check it out. I went in, did a bit of an investigation and interviews and that sort of thing. And when I got home, I picked up that there was a woman there, and we cleansed the house and did some protection and everything, with some crystals and all sorts as well. And when I got home, I felt really like the energy was really dirty. But what I found out was that the house was built on the grounds of an old insane asylum. And I got home, took a shower, got out of the shower, and I had this real intense burning on my neck. And when I went to the mirror and checked it out, I had a full human bite mark on my neck. You could actually see the tooth mark, like each tooth mark.
Nice.
Full bite mark. It was terrifying. So that was quite possibly one of my scariest moments up until when was I at Budman Jail? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Last weekend or the weekend before? Possibly last weekend.
I think it was. Was it last weekend? I'm sure it was last weekend. I'm sure it was last weekend.
I can't even remember. I can't remember last week. But anyway, within the last couple of weeks, when I went to go and investigate Budman Jail with Richard Estep and the lovely Penny Morgan and a few other people, Wes and all of them from Canada, It was last week. My gosh, thanks, Claire. I've just seen it in the chat room. I can't even remember. I was down in the basement area by the cells there doing some EVP with about 3 or 4 other people. And I had the noise isolating headphones on doing some live EVP. And I felt this movement on the top of my head. And I thought, oh, maybe it's just like the headphone band slipping or something on my hair. So I kind of adjusted it. And I felt these fingers go all the way up the back of my scalp through my hair. And literally this huge hand with like these sausage fingers going all the way up my scalp. It was the most terrifying moment. Absolutely terrifying, which my reaction would have reflected. And I apologize yet again to anyone that was there in that moment. The string of swear words that came out of my mouth at that volume shall never be repeated. It was one of those, all right, that's it, I'm done, I'm out. And I took about 3 or 4 steps out of the room and tried to calm myself down. And I was like, I'm fine, I'm okay. And do you know what? I thought, do you know what? I'm not okay. I am so not okay. That was absolutely terrifying. We got some other really interesting bits of evidence, you know, from EVPs to people having a lot of personal experiences and all sorts of things going on. Having stuff mapped in on the SLS camera. It was an intense investigation, and the location is incredible. I'm hopefully going to be back there on the 28th of April with a really small group investigating again. But it was right up there. So yes, prisons and insane asylums and that sort of thing, not only on the evidence side, but on the mediumship side, it's really hard. Really, really hard. I mean, you're dealing with really strong personalities and all sorts. So, yeah. Question.
Guys, obviously, if you don't know MJ, we've investigated with MJ a few times, and she doesn't get scared that often. So if something to scare MJ, you know, it was...
I usually end up telling people, you know, if I start running, do not follow me. I'm running towards it, not away from it. So, you know, for me to run in the opposite direction, that's only ever happened probably 3 or 4 times. 5 if you count the air freshener that nearly gave me a heart attack many years ago. Automatic air fresheners, hate them. But one of the other times that I was that uncomfortable that I called off an investigation was at Drakelow Tunnels. And Carl, you were on that investigation with me. I haven't been back to Drakelow since. It was a really creepy experience. I don't want to say too much because I am back there tomorrow night. And there's a few people in the chat room that are actually joining me. So I don't want to spill the beans about what happened at Drakelow because I want them to experience Drakelow in its full glory. And I am kind of going back to face one. Exciting times ahead.
So do you have any other investigations coming up?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I do. But I can't remember anything off the top of my head. So let's think. In April, it'll be in Salem. Then on the 28th of April will be Bodmin Jail. Then in May, we'll be doing some stuff around Venice. Also in May, on the 25th of May, I will be at the village in Mansfield. Going back to April, I've missed one. When I get back from Salem, I think I'm back for a couple of days, and we investigate Smithic baths. That's all I can tell you for now, because that's as far as my memory can go at this point. It's sort of, I'm focusing up until about the end of May. Anything after that's pretty much a blank for me right now. I know the big things that are coming up, but smaller investigations. There are tons of investigations throughout the year, though. And
they'll be all on the website, so you would be able to see them
Yes, definitely. As I'm figuring things out and sorting out my schedule, I am posting them all over. But yes, I do need to update my website too. Thanks for that, Carl.
That's all right. So obviously you've got the investigation tomorrow night at Drakelow, and it's a very, very small group because it's more of a seasoned investigation, more of a research trip, isn't it?
It is. So what a lot of people don't know is that I have a private group of investigators that are seasoned investigators from around the UK, and I want to do more research investigation. So these aren't really public events. They're more getting a group of like-minded, good investigators together to see what we can come up with. So yeah, there's a few of those throughout the year as well. I mean, I do have some public events coming up, but I am focusing a lot on research at the moment.
Cool. So just wanted to go back to obviously one of the biggest things that you've got planned, which is the Sage Paracon. Third year?
Fourth year.
Oh, fourth year including the minicon. Sorry.
No! Fourth Sage Paracon.
Is it?
Is it? It is! You
I'm in trouble now. You're in trouble.
2016, 17, 18. Yes, 19. It's my fourth year, Carl. Don't confuse me. My God, my brain can't handle that.
Fourth? It's third.
No, it's fourth. It's even said in the title.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm drugged up to the eyeballs at the moment. I barely know my name.
The problem, Carl, is that I actually questioned myself there.
Yeah.
At least I knew.
At least somebody knows. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's in the chat room, because I'm trying not to type, so I'm focusing on the talking, because I literally cannot do two things at the same time these days. So hello everyone. Hi Helen, Ness, Elizabeth, the Core Paranormal, Linda. Oh my gosh, everybody, I can't go further down than that. Hi everyone.
So obviously it's the big event of the year for you, being your own convention.
Baby.
Yeah. And it's at the unbelievable Coombe Abbey again.
It is. Do you know, I tried several different locations over the last few years. And, I mean, we did Wroxall Abbey, we did Warwick Castle, and then we moved to Coombe Abbey. And they were just unbelievable. The location is fantastic. Mm-hmm. The history, the hauntings, the everything, the atmosphere is just great. And it is exactly 7 months, 9 days, 11 hours, 27 minutes till Sage Paracon 4.
Wow, somebody's really looking forward to that.
So, you know, I'm really excited about this year because this is the first year where we're returning to the same location. So I already know what I need to do. I already know how many stalls I can have and who's going to be there, and I already know what the investigation is going to plan out like, the areas that we're investigating. So this year I can do things in a little more detail. I can focus more on the details of the investigation and do better experiments. I can focus on the party and the photos and that sort of thing, because I know what to expect as an event organizer, and I'm super excited. So this year is a Voodoo in the Bayou Bash. We're going voodoo. It is just different. I mean, we don't really have voodoo here in the UK, so I figured let's have some fun with it. And our speakers are all focusing on different topics. So within the paranormal umbrella, we have Ashley Mortimer, who's going to be covering witchcraft. We have Taz Thornton, who's going to be doing shamanism. We have the Voodoo Queen, Bloody Mary, straight from New Orleans, who is coming to do her talk on voodoo and how it's involved in the paranormal. However, she is also going to be doing some other bits and bobs over the weekend. we have a couple more speakers that I'm announcing really soon, but we also have
the
Calvin
bloke.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Calvin von Crush, yes.
Yeah.
Calvin von Crush is going to be focusing on the occult.
That's
and he's
just the
bringing
best name possible. That's just the best name possible.
I know. And he is amazing. He is just the loveliest person. So he is bringing a few of his occult items and doing the classic paranormal twist on a show and tell. It is a show and hell. So I'm really excited about it, actually. It's pretty cool. And, you know, we've got everything going on again this year, from the Thursday night having the medieval banquet, the 4-course meal with the live entertainment, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I mean, it did end up turning into wine pong instead of beer pong, but, you know, there was that. We then have the 2 days of lectures. We've got, Thursday night's the investigation. Friday night's the medieval banquet. Saturday, Sunday, both days investigations. We have the Saturday night voodoo party with no band this year. We're going to be doing a DJ and karaoke. So we'll get more karaoke in this year, because that was way fun. That was more entertaining than having a live band, I think.
Well, the band last year, the bloke was absolutely amazing. They
were really good. They were a really good band. But I think it's going to be better to do more karaoke, because, you know, we had the Sage Tribe absolutely shock the hell out of us with karaoke. Everything from the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, we had my wonderful husband singing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt," which I think has scarred the entire Sage Tribe for life. Moving on to Barry Guy, who literally is the missing Backstreet Boy. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, we had so many people. I mean, some of them, you speak to them and they're quiet as a mouse, and you give them a microphone, and my God, it was like a new person. So it was good fun, and I think I definitely want to do that again. We'll do the usual tradition on Sunday night for those who are left over, who have still stuck it out until the Sunday evening, to play some Cards Against Humanity and have a few drinks.
And cookies. There'll be cookies again.
There will be cookies. We'll do cookie time. It's, you know, we've got all these Sage Paracon traditions, and it is a big family. It really is. The Sage Tribe are amazing. Last year, I think one of the most emotional moments for me, having Saz and Aaron from Human Canvas Tattoo Studio doing tattoos all weekend at the convention, which was awesome, as one of the stalls. But walking up to the tattoo stall and seeing people being tattooed with a Sage Tribe tattoo, it broke me. I just stood there and burst into tears, because it was so emotional for me to have such amazing people that not only come to my events, but that believe in me and give me the drive I need to carry on doing these things. But for somebody to support me so much to get a tattoo, my God, that's crazy. And I know Ness got hers. She went to the studio afterwards. I think there were about 6 or 7 different people that ended up getting Sage Tribe tattoos. Mm-hmm. That is just mind-blowing. And then, of course, having to tattoo a Sage Tribe tattoo on someone. I don't think I've ever been more terrified in all my life. But, you know, it is a great paranormal family, and it is para-unity at its best. There is no bitchiness. There's no ego. There's no, I'm better than you. My team is number one. There is absolutely none of that at the Sage Paracon.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things from my point of view at Sage Paracon is the direct access to the speakers. Yes. Anybody who comes along, you will be having breakfast with them, because they'll be sat there having breakfast. You will be able to to them. You basically, and every single one, because MJ picks the speakers so well, and they become part of the Sage family. It's like all these people that I spoke to. It's like Chris Fleming said it was probably the most fun Paracon he'd ever been to. And obviously Chris Fleming's been doing it for donkey's years, and he absolutely loved it. Okay, by the Sunday, he did look a little bit jaded and tired.
We do wear the speakers out.
Yeah, because the way he launched across the room and landed on me.
We do have that all access to the speakers, over the entire, be it 2 days that you are there, or 3 days, or 4 days that you join us. Whatever time you spend at the Sage Paracon, you have access to all the speakers. There's none of this, oh, hey, could you just sign something for me and you get to say hi. You literally have breakfast with them, have a beer with them at the bar, hang out with them all day, chat with them, do silly selfies and take photos with at the green screen photography studio with them, have them sign as much as you want. Talk as much as you want, learn as much as you want. It is that all access pass to have that relationship with some of the biggest names in the industry. You get to party with them, sing karaoke with them, but you also get to have those really serious talks and pick their brain when it comes to all things paranormal, everything that you want to learn. These guys have years and years of experience. And some of the speakers we've had in the past, we've had
That's
John.
Exactly what I was going to say. You look at the names that you've had are some of the biggest names in the paranormal field, from authors to people that've been on TV like John Zaffis. You've got Greg Lawson, Frank Snell,
Jeff Belanger,
all these people.
Yeah, we've had some of the most amazing speakers over the last 3 years, and I've been really, really blessed, and I am so honoured to call them friends.
We forgot Jeff. How did we forget Jeff? Jeff Belanger.
Jeff Belanger, I mentioned Jeff.
Yeah, she said Jeff. It's just cutting out. It's playing up a bit, so you're all right. She did say Jeff. Don't worry.
Jeff Belanger is quite possibly one of my favourite people on this planet, honestly. That man is hilarious and amazing. So, we've had some amazing speakers in the past, and I do pick my speakers every year very carefully. And the reason being is because I know which personalities as speakers would work well together. Who could I put as speakers, a big group of them, in a convention that are all going to click and have a great bond between the speakers, which people who are attending will then pick that up. I mean, if they see the speakers having a great time and getting along, last year, I think one of the funniest moments was the speaker dinner that we did before the paranormal investigation. And I know, Carl, you and Sam joined us for that dinner, and we were sat there making Chewbacca happy noises, like seeing who made the best Chewbacca impressions, which is, by the way, on Chris Fleming's videos on his Facebook and Instagram. But it was absolutely hilarious, and the speakers themselves just all got along so well. So it's very, very important for me to choose the perfect speakers for each year. I mean, you may have one of the top speakers in the industry, but he may not mesh well with some of the other people that are going to be there that particular year. So I might swap them around and rearrange them so to get that group dynamic just perfect, because that adds to the whole vibe of the weekend. But yes, come join us, Sage Paracon, November.
Yeah, tickets are still available. They will be. Weekend tickets are still available. The various different packages are still available. We'll post links on our website and also in the chat room, and obviously we will publicise anyway going forward. So get your tickets on there now. So they are still all available. Well,
I mean, we've only got about half, not even half the tickets left.
Well, most of it was sold literally days after the last one.
I think more than half the tickets were sold within a week of last year's event for this year. So, if you're thinking of joining us, guys, do it quickly. I'm not kidding when I say the tickets do go really, really fast. We have a great group of people. I think 90% of the people, if not 95% of the people that were there last year are attending again this year. And, we do have several other new people joining us. And if I can say anything to anyone who's thinking of joining us at the Sage Paracon, when we say it's a big family and it's the Sage tribe and it's all of that, a lot of people get really nervous because they think we all know each other for so long and we all have this bond. But I can absolutely guarantee you, last year we had probably about 30 new Sage tribe people. Some people turned up to the convention completely on their own, and walked away with a family of friends. Mm-hmm. It is the most welcoming atmosphere. Everybody meets new people, new friends. Such great friendships are formed, such great bonds. People then support each other in their investigations, their team events. So come along. Bring your business cards. It is a networking event. Come and promote your team. Meet other people. Show your evidence to each other. Learn. I mean, it's just a very chilled weekend. A really chilled weekend.
Yeah, and I think that, as we keep saying, it's people of like-minded people. Like we said, there's no egos. There's no we're the best. It's not that. It's a group of people that just want to have a good time, talk about an industry that they love, learn stuff, because that's one of the biggest things. It's not all just about, he's been on TV. These guys will actually give you information. You will learn from them techniques, where to go, how to do stuff, and give you ideas. And they're also willing to listen to your ideas, your views, because some of the questions, I set the speakers up to talk and then I run out, but I also come back and set them back up with the speaking stuff. And listening to some of the questions at the Q&A after the actual talks is amazing, because you just listen to somehow in-depth questions are coming from the audience.
Well, do you know, this is the thing. So all of my speakers over the years have all said to me after the event, they cannot believe some of the questions that the attendees are asking. There's such a thirst for knowledge. They have such great outlooks on everything that, even the speakers are completely blown away by the level of understanding of the paranormal field. It can be anything from beginner to really, really in-depth. And it's great that it's opening their eyes as speakers to the UK. It's a fantastic event with amazing people, not just the speakers, but everybody who attends are so, so welcoming and have great knowledge of the paranormal and love sharing. That is what it's all about. Every year I absolutely kill myself to put that event together. The last month before the event, my life is always in shambles. It is crazy hard work to do that event on my own, let alone with everything else I've got going on. And you know what? I stand there every year and I think to myself, why the hell do I do this? Why do I put myself through this? But then I stand there and I look around the room and there are so many new friendships and so many people having the best time and so many memories being made. And it literally, everybody knows, Sunday at Sage Paracon is my ugly cry day.
Yeah.
We all know this. I get really emotional. I love everybody. And I want to cry my heart out because it was a successful weekend and I made people happy. I made people smile. And I'm responsible for those friendships and those amazing memories. And that right there is more than enough for me.
And you've got how many more speakers to announce?
4, I believe.
Any exclusives you want to give us?
I was waiting for it.
Come on, you can't knock a bloke for trying.
It was worth a try, Carl. It was definitely worth a try.
I was just if I could catch you off guard a second.
I am going to be live at Salem Con at some point on the Sage Paranormal page and the Sage Paracon page, and I'll be having a chat with a few Sage Paracon favorites. We'll be doing some Q&A sessions with people live while I'm there. We'll also be chatting to the lovely Grant Wilson whilst I'm there. I believe I'm going to be on Grant's YouTube channel too. So there's going to be a few announcements. There's going to be some live Q&A sessions and that sort of thing. So I urge people to follow the Sage Paranormal page, follow the Sage Paracon page on Facebook, and tune in for those lives because you wouldn't want to miss it.
And you'll see me as well.
I will be there with you as well, Carl. And I've just looked into the chat room, and Ness said that I was crying on Saturday too. Ness, I was crying on Saturday because somebody got a Sage Tribe tattoo and I fell apart.
Yeah, I must admit, you held it together on Sunday until probably halfway through it.
Oh, no, I held it together on Sunday until another person got a Sage Tribe tattoo, and then somebody handed me a big bunch of flowers. I wonder who that was, Carl.
None to me. None to me.
I was holding it together so well until this massive big bunch of flowers came out, and then I just completely cried my eyes out. So thanks for that.
That's quite all right. Well, it was just a small thing, just because you put a lot of work into it, MJ. Everybody knows how much you work. Everybody can see you over that weekend. That's what myself and Duncan and the other people that help you out, we try and take as much as you can off you, running around, driving people, making sure. But at the end of the day, you do 95% of the work yourself. And it just proves your hard work when you just see the faces. Like, as I say, from the moment you can see the people that turn up that haven't been, and you see their faces, they look a little bit nervous. Then some of the regular Sage family will go over, introduce them, drag them into the conversations, bring them into the whole, and then basically you just go from there. And then you'll see as people leave, they all start leaving together. There's loads of crime because they don't want to leave and all that sort of stuff. So you do see people change, and that's down to your hard work, your little brainchild, which you had all those years ago, to keep yourself busy at a particular tough time. And I'm just privileged that I can help in my own little way.
You know what? Honestly, Carl, if it wasn't for your help and so many other people, Sam, Elizabeth, my husband, Duncan, oh my gosh, so many people, Saz, Aaron, so many other people behind the scenes that help on the day. A lot of people that just every now and again give me a beer and calm my nerves down. Much appreciated, trust me. But, I wouldn't be able to pull that weekend off without the help of the Sage Tribe. There's so many of you guys that step in on that weekend and you do take the pressure off me. And, I have to give credit to you guys too, because I couldn't do it without you. And I'm looking forward to this year. Anyone who's thinking of joining us for the first time, you will be nervous when you arrive. You will have no choice because the Sage Tribe will drag you in and they will make you feel welcome.
They will get you drunk.
They will get you drunk. They will form the most amazing bonds with you. You will be part of the Sage Tribe, whether you will like it or not. And you most certainly will leave with a hangover, be exhausted, and have an entire new paranormal family. And see me ugly cry. So those are the definites.
Yeah. So, like I said, anybody, because I know a few people, some of the new people coming along this year, which they're going to have, and they say, what's it like? I said, you will not experience anything like it. It is a complete family atmosphere. You are going to absolutely love it. So if you've not got your tickets, get your tickets, go on the website and sort this out.
I actually found out about 3 weeks ago that Sage Paracon was named one of the top paranormal conventions in the world of 2019.
Oh, I saw that.
Den of Geek, which is huge. So a huge thank you to Den of Geek for my humble little event making the top Paracon list worldwide. I mean, I'm up there with Michigan Paracon, Salem Con, some of the biggest paranormal conventions and some of the longest running paranormal conventions worldwide. So to see Sage Paracon up there as the event to be at, that was another ugly cry moment. I was very, very honored and so humbled by it. Wow.
And I want one thing people are going to know, because the location is another big thing that you obviously picked, because obviously with the Wroxall Abbey, Warwick Castle, but Coombe Abbey has probably one of the most impressive reception areas.
It is. It's just stunning. It's a beautiful, beautiful location. I mean, it was Queen Elizabeth's childhood home. So all the glitz and glamour that you can expect from a royal house, it's great. Whereas Warwick Castle, we were kind of shoved above the cafe in a lecture room, and it wasn't as grand. This is just amazing. I mean, I absolutely love Coombe Abbey. It's fantastic, and the staff are just incredible.
The one of the funniest moments that I had was, because obviously with what we do, we are walking around Coombe Abbey quite late at night when when normally people wouldn't be wandering around, and I must admit, walking back and from, say, where the banquet is to where I was staying or wherever, I did used to bump into a lot of the staff members. Mm-hmm. And every single staff member I bumped into late at night or any time during the day, how's it going? Have you seen anything? Have you seen that? Have you been there yet? I've got to take you here. And I was like getting taken to this place and showing like the bottle store out the back of the function suite down this little steps. And I'm like, what are you taking me here for? But the staff are brilliant. They're so into it, and everybody, because I think that's what it makes. We do a good party.
Oh, we definitely know how to party. That is,
and the banquet guys, they had a scream.
I mean, even the banquet night, that was a fantastic evening. And it was so funny because usually the banquet is quite sort of PG, when it comes to the singing, and because there is a whole live theatre production for that, for those who haven't been before. And, the guy came up to me halfway through the banquet and he was a bit like, how is your crowd with swearing or getting a little bit, raunchy with the songs and that sort of thing? I was like, this crowd? Go for it. Give it your best shot. Guaranteed the Sage Tribe will absolutely love it. And it was hilarious. Oh my God. I don't think I have laughed so much in such a long time. It was absolutely brilliant. It was hilarious. And then, we had the Vampire Masquerade Ball was just phenomenal. The outfits. If you're thinking of coming, make sure you have a voodoo outfit for the Saturday night party, because the tribe love dressing up. We will be all out. I mean, people have already got all of their voodoo outfits together for this year. We will also be dressing up for the banquet this year. So I'm going to give you guys time to get your medieval outfits and things for the Friday night banquet. And I'll also share a few links of where you guys can hire outfits and buy your own outfits. I found somewhere that's pretty much, it costs about the same price to buy an outfit as it would to hire it. So, there's going to be a dress up for the medieval banquets, the voodoo party, 2 days of lectures, which are really amazing lectures. It's just going to be fun. Yeah. It is a great few days.
No, I can wholly recommend it. So get anybody listening who hasn't got the tickets, go and get your tickets now. Right, that's nearly the hour up. Is there anything else you want to quickly just mention?
Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. I am going to try my best to do more live videos on the Sage Paracon and Sage Paranormal pages. So if you guys could like the Facebook pages, I would love to keep in touch with you. If you have any questions about any of my events or anything coming up, because my brain is kind of like a sieve at the moment. I've got so much going on. So I will post all the links and things. And if you do have any questions, just get in touch. I mean, if you inbox me on the page or on my personal page or anything, I will get back to you as soon as I can. I am really busy, so it does take time. But otherwise, you can drop me an email at mj@sageparacon.co.uk. And I am happy to chat with everybody and answer any questions and keep in touch. But yes, like the Facebook pages.
Just be patient with her, because as she says, she is a busy lady. So
yes, I might take like 2 weeks to get back to you, and I apologize in advance. But I do try. I am already working 16 hours almost every single day of my life, so I do try. I promise.
And just to let everybody, as of next Wednesday till the 11th, she will be out of the country. So bear in the time difference if you're going to message her.
Good point.
She'll be in the States. So so just bear that in mind. And MJ will get back to you at some point.
Well, any other questions?
Not that I can see. They're just going, a bit like, oh, Sage Paracon, You know how it gets.
I am excited to see everybody again. That is my one event a year that I get to see the whole tribe all at once, and it's amazing. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm bringing, I might have to drag a few newbies, but with me.
Yay, we could use a new sacrifice. Guys, it's always a pleasure being on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, MJ.
So, guys, with that being said, thank you everybody in the chat room who has tuned into this show. I did mention to a few people to listen to this show if they wanted to go to Sage Paracon. I will be back next week, but Carl's in Salem. But obviously, I'm still doing radio shows where Carl is in Salem. So, Carl, if you'd like to say good night to everybody.
Good night, and I will see you when I'm back in the UK in a little while.
And would you like to say good night to everyone, MJ?
Good night, guys. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'll speak to you all soon.
And everybody, it is a good night from me.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join us for more shows throughout the week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.